Morning from the bus stop in Bude. So it is like 6:30 and I'm here to catch a bus back to Crackington Haven, and I'm theoretically going to walk back to Bude. I think it's about a 10-mile walk, but the last like 3.5 miles from this place, which I think looks like it's called Widemouth, but I've heard somebody call it Widemouth. Who knows? From there it's like not very strenuous. It's like sand dunesy, but it's firm. And if I decide I'm done, I can catch many buses there. So that's sort of my bailout point. If 10 is too much for me today after yesterday's elevation, my calves are feeling it. Also, in other news, I discovered that there is a new bug that is my new nemesis. So I think it's called a Blandford fly. It kind of looks like a very, very tiny wasp, but it's a fly. So like horse flies or like even mosquitoes, like they're bloodsuckers. So they bite you, their saliva can cause a mild allergic reaction that looks like that. And I have those bites all over me because I got eaten alive yesterday. So now that I know what they are, because they look very similar to like a garden fly, and those don't bite, so I didn't realize it was them until I was covered in bites. But the good news is I'm way less reactive to them than to horse flies. And actually even mosquitoes so far. There's a couple that are a little bit more aggressive than this one, but yeah, so Bug Spray and I are going to be best friends while I'm on the North Coast. And yeah, we'll see how the heat broke, so it's way cooler, which is really nice. Although the sky is definitely clearing up, it's super windy. So I think it's going to be one of those intermittently windy, clear days, cloudy, clear days that is just super windy. So we'll see what we can do with the audio for you, but I'll take you along and we'll see what we see. Hello again from Crackington Haven. I just got dropped off, got myself situated, and now I am headed off up that very large hill. In these little river valleys, the wind is not so bad, but I anticipate that by the time I get to the top of that hill, it is going to be blowing a gale, as they say. So we shall see. My first little waypoint is Millock, or however you say that, in 4 3/4 mile. Another lovely path to nowhere, except if you look at the corresponding hill, you can see the path there. See that little black dot? That's a mouse. I almost stepped on him. First I thought he was dead. He definitely moved though. Cool. This runner for the second time. He ran from Bude to Crackington Haven, and I was going back, so he's doing 20 miles. Just wild to me, but you do you. But he did tell me that this direction that I'm going, it gets pretty overgrown, and so he gave me some advice. I might take it, basically do a longer road walk than the path dictates, and it might be a little less overgrown. So we'll see what it looks like. All right, onward. Well, that looks like the promised rain. Let's hope it is brief and not too hard. And that's where we're going. So that first bit of kind of later sand there. I think that's Widemouth or Widemouth Bay. And then if you go over those little cliffies, I think that's Bude. Not 100% sure though, so we shall see. It'd be nice if that was Bude. Wild. I think it blew through. Like it was maybe 5 minutes, but it's like barely sprinkling now, even though I have all of my rain gear on, of course. I don't know. I'm like in a hedge, so I can't tell if like more is coming or not, but I think I'll stay in this stuff for now, but that was wild. Yeah, totally clear skies. That's wild. Walking through another cow field, you know. Hi, cow. It seems if they're not surprised by you, they're fine. Like I just talked to them. And they don't actively have babies, so generally that also makes it better. So, I have my rain cover still in my backpack, but it's looking pretty good. That's where the rain came from. So hopefully it stays breezy and cool, but not rainy for the rest of my journey today. I can't see this at all, but I think there's two little seals down there. I think I'm starting to get to the overgrowth that runner was talking about. That runner was not wrong that it's overgrown. It's nowhere near as bad as like on the east side of the Lizard Peninsula, but I don't really want to do it either anyway, so road walk it might be. Made it to the road. Oh, honestly, it's not that overgrown, but it's enough to make it not fun, you know? So I'm gonna go into the village. Might have lunch there actually, because I'll probably be, you know, a little more protected from the plants and the bugs. And then I'll decide if I'm either gonna climb that hill or if I am going to do the road walk like the runner guy suggested. My guess is that the overgrowth he was talking about is like what I experienced, only there'll be a little more on the other side of the village. We shall see. This appears to be the village. I was kind of hoping to buy a Coke or something, but don't think that's happening. Maybe I'll have lunch on that beach. I'm about 4 3/4 of the way in. I've gained about 1,500 feet of elevation. And I think this is going to be my lunch spot. 2 miles to the next point that matters. Wind is no joke. I don't know if you can see it on the camera, but that sand is getting thrown everywhere. Stopped to get ice cream. Says it was homemade. Who knows? But I take my life into my hands with this wind, man. Right on the path. How can I not? Give me a little artificial taste, so I'm going 8.5. Walk down to the beach and then up into town. It's interesting, I'm like 8 1/4 miles in today with like easily over 200 feet or 2,000 feet of elevation gain, and I feel way better than I did yesterday. The heat, man, the heat, I tell you, game changer if it's cooler out. Even in the sun, doesn't matter. If it's cooler, game changer. And I made it. So I came all the way back to Bude, and actually right down there is the pool that I was swimming in a few days earlier. So I'll close the loop and checked this off the list. You would expect the swans on the back there. You would expect those little paddle boats. You would not expect car foot pedal boats. Interesting. Here I am back at the bus stop. I think we'll close that one.